We are back, episode 133.
Welcome back to the BSG podcast. Got a special episode for you tonight, a repeating guest, and we'll get into that in a minute. But first, as always, the podcast is brought to you by friends over at Moon Golf. Go check them out in the Auburn location, the Florida location. Check them out online. We're appreciative of them, everything they do
They
for us.
got the new Pro V's in stock.
I'm hoping they've got those new FootJoy hats in stock. That's what I want.
Oh, yeah, we need to go buy.
And those new FootJoys I sent you, I'm sure they have all that in stock because Moon Golf keeps it all. But
that's a business expense for sure.
You got to get a hat, at least a hat.
One hat and one set of shoes per year.
We need to go We need to go do a little shopping. We'll meet up there one day at Moon Golf. That's where we get all our gear. So go check them out. We love them.
I'll be in Opelika Saturday.
May have to go up there and just swing through and see what you can find.
I'll be over at Astor Lane around lunchtime, and then I might meander across
true.
town.
I'll be there too for that birthday party. So we may have to make a little trip over there. So tonight we have our normal segment we're going to run through, but we have a repeating guest. He joined us actually almost 2 years to the date ago on our podcast and taught golf design with us, Agustin Piza with Piza Golf, Augie. And so we had him on, and he shared with us at the time a concept that he was beginning to work on, the butterfly. And now
I think it's fantastic.
It is. It's officially registered with and trademarked, and so they're moving forward with it. And we're going to talk to him about that tonight. But not most importantly, but what you may be more interested in is, if you didn't know, he designed several of the holes that use on TGL by Tiger and Rory, their thing they've got going on, Tomorrow Sports. And so we're going to talk to him about that process. So we'll jump into it right here. Here he is. So everybody, this is Augie. 2 years ago, we had him on our episode, and we're back now. We're going to talk through some exciting stuff. If you don't know, the main thing we're going to talk about is, while we're rushing through, is because Augie has been a part of creating several of the holes that are being used in TGL, which when I found out that you were part of that, I thought it was the coolest thing in the world that you were the one behind a lot of these. So let's just jump into it. TGL's taken over golf, a lot of interest. And so I've been loving seeing what you do. I love hearing other golf creators talk about your golf holes. And I'm like, just the positive. That is positive. It's been so cool. Can you kind of share how the opportunity came about for you to be a part of this?
Yes. Well, thanks for having me again. This is great. And I've loved this. Was looking forward to it. And yeah, I mean, the opportunity, I guess it came, well, number one, it came from a call that we got invited. We were very fortunate to receive that call because, we're in fantastic company with Nicholas Design, with Chad Getz and Bo Welling from Bo Welling Design. So when we received that call, we were really, really honored to receive it. Now, if you go back and kind of like with a little bit of substance, why that happened is it's because of our years of creating different angles, seeing the golf architecture in different ways, presenting and creating unique concepts of ours, like butterfly golf, wellness golf, the pit, golf lounge. So we've created these concepts that are out there that have been well received in the industry, and we've had some comments about being innovative and visionaries and thinking outside the box. So we're very fortunate that TMRW, Andrew and Scott were very, we received a call from them to interview for the TGL commission. So it was great.
What was it like? Oh, go ahead, Zach.
I was going to say, I think the butterfly design is one of the most unique and well refreshed designs for a golf course to be able, because generally you play the same courses over and over because of where you live. So something like the butterfly, where there's, I guess,
24
different ways.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's fantastic. I hope you build one near us eventually.
I hope so too. Yes, we've had a very good reception of that. We have a couple of of ongoing projects that are butterfly golfs. And just real quick to explain, it's a 4 loop of 6, 24 that adds 24 holes. So it's less than 27. Well, obviously, and the normal is to do the 27 or the 36. So what we created was 4 loops of 6. You only need 3. So with all the combinations or permutations that you can create, you have 24 different options. So in 24 days, you will not play the same course twice.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Listen, you posted your most recent post on Instagram. You were wearing a hat with the butterfly logo on it. Where do we get that at? Because that is
here.
that is so clean, that logo. Are those going to be for sale? Because I loved it when I saw it.
That's a very good question. Right now, we did a prototype, and this is done by the Hazard Rough Society, a company that works in Mexico, south of the border. They do a wonderful job, and they created the logo for the butterfly golf, the clip, and also the shirt that I'm wearing right now that has butterflies in. I don't know if you
Oh
noticed
man,
it
that's
or
cool.
not.
Oh, okay.
So
gotta get that.
So yes, they'll be out there at some point soon, and you will be able to get them online. Right now, we did them for our clients, friends. So I'll make sure you guys get one coming your way.
I would love it.
We love it.
Hey, what was it like going back to TGL to kind of shift your brain from a course that I guess would be practical in a sense in real life to now you can be as creative as you want to be? Was that a new challenge for you to kind of get into that mindset?
It was definitely, it was a challenge. Our mindset is there, to be honest, Casey. Our mindset is there. Our design philosophy, wherever we're at, we maximize to minimize. So we don't think little. We think big, bold, and then from there it's like, okay, that we can scale it down to this. But for us, because of my architectural background, I guess that's how I justify it anyway. I'm a vertical architect by trade. So when you're an architect, what the first thing that you learn is to justify everything that you do. There's a why, or they should be a why. So for us, that justification, that where this design comes from, where this idea comes from, where this concept comes from, it has a why. It has everything's here on our on our sketchbook. So and I have I don't know, I have like a few sketchbooks with ideas that I haven't, some I haven't even used yet. So when it comes to concept creating, when we got the call, it was like, let's
This is
go.
in your wheelhouse. This is perfect.
This is all us. This is and we started to create different avenues. We started to think like hold the flex hole that you've probably seen, the one that has a volcano. It's like the first thing that came to mind is, okay, how crazy, how creative, how innovative, how out of the box can we get, but maintaining the integrity of the game we love, obviously. So where we drew the line in our creative table, it was like, okay, this is great. I love it. Perfect. Yes, let's do this. Let's do that. It has, you can draw in, you can fade in because it has 2 fairways, or there'll be the home run shot, blind shot towards the middle at 315, 320 carry, because we are designing for the top players in the world, or in the tour. And okay, and where I drew the line is, okay, it's out there, it's out of the box. Well, I want to play this hole every day. Would I want to become a member of this course? And if the answer was yes, we kept the hole.
Oh wow.
Because it's easy. I mean, with all respect, it's just easy to do the let's jump from Mars to Venus to Jupiter. That could have been the easy part. That wasn't the idea. We didn't want any clown phases or anything crazy. So how do we create something special, unique, but still that it's replicable to a certain extent, of course, not necessarily the outskirts, but the whole, all of our holes can be replicable in real life.
That's what I was going to ask. Are there any of the holes that you think have a high probability that you would do in real life? Like, would we see the spear in real life one
Fear the
day?
spear. I was going to tell you.
Yeah, that's been a popular hole, the spear.
I've noticed in social media, it's been a fan favorite. Surprised. I was like, wow, what an honor, what a privilege. Fear the spear or the spear. It's not called fear the spear. That's what they're calling it on social
Yeah.
media.
Yeah.
The spear, and that's the par five version of the temple. The temple is the par four version, but at the end, that's
Oh,
where
okay.
that's the par four and par five. One is called the temple, and it's up in the Machu Picchu
Hmm.
area, and the spear is floating in the in the river, and so you have the par four, the par three, the par four, and the par five version, and I have when we started designing that hole, it really caught my attention because going back to the architectural world or the artistic world, arriving to simplicity is one of the hardest things. It takes time, it takes hours. It's arriving to simplicity is one of the purest forms of design expression that there are. You can see it with painters, with sculptors, with musicians. When you arrive to that simplicity, everything flows. And having, we were working we wanted something that could be a minimalist expression of
Hmm.
something that we thought would be fascinating. And when we pinched those two triangles together, with 15 yards apart, that was like for us anyway, the maximum expression of, or the simplistic form of a heroic whole placed with effortless, design.
Hmm.
Hmm.
It's straight lines, geometric. They pinch out, and all of a sudden you have a whole that's been very well received because it's just so simple.
Yeah.
It's make or break, and nothing fancy. It's just right there waiting for you. Do you want to take it? Right after you take the 290 mark, approximately, it starts spreading out. It spreads all the way to 80 yards. So if you get like a 315, and you start spraying it a little bit, that Jordan, the JT, excuse me, the JT shot
Oh yeah.
at TGL, at the temple was awesome. When
Hmm.
he did the never a doubt comment, and I
Yeah.
really love it. I love that interaction with the holes from some of the best players in the world. That's what we were looking for.
What was it like 2 weeks ago to see Tiger Woods step up and take on the plank and just drive one down the middle, and you look at it and be like, "That's the whole I designed, and here Tiger Woods is playing it." Was that a cool
Love it.
moment?
I loved every minute of it. I was actually, with my phone taping that, like old school, recording my screen with my phone. I was pumped up. It was a special moment, to say the least that I can say. It was such a special moment. I would like to say of my career, my design career, to have that in the new in a new and exciting version of golf, to
Mhm.
have Tiger Woods tee off his first shot ever in one of our holes, of course.
Yeah, and
Is
then
it one of the things where you've watched Tiger so much for him to step up? You're like, this is one of my dreams for Tiger to come play one of my holes. And
Of
you
course.
just take it
yeah.
back. You get a little teary eyed. You're like,
Oh
this,
yeah.
this is what I've been doing.
Don't push it, Zach, because I will get teary right now.
And
I,
Yes,
then
I can
yes,
feel it.
yes, yes, yes,
tonight.
yes. I mean, and tonight, and we've been very lucky in we've gotten our hole has been hole number one for the past 4 weeks, so we're very excited about that. That means nothing if it's pure coincidence, whatever it is. But we've had the privilege of watching that first shot
Mhm.
in one of our holes, and now with Rory and Tiger facing off, they're the team match play alternate shot. They're going to start in the flex, It has 3 alternate shots that you can choose from, and we designed that specifically for match play and alternate shot. To level the floor
Hmm.
of, if one wants to fade it in, or wants to draw it in, or wants to go to the home run, that you have different options. But then the like on hole number 2 in this case, or Bonnie Links, that it had like an infinite, it had like a chain link form to it, and that's the whole point. If you choose to draw on the first hole, your alternate shot has to fade it on the other, because
Hmm.
it's kind of like an S shaped. It's pretty exciting times. We really like the how they're playing, and hopefully it keeps on going that way.
How did y'all come up with the idea of putting lava in a volcano in the hole?
Well, that was the cool thing, that we can really get creative,
Uh-huh.
because going back to that, jumping from Venus to Mars, we don't want to stay away with that in the actual golf hole. We want the golf hole to really express, character, strategy, aesthetics, etc.
Hmm.
Now on the outskirts, we can go with everything we want. This is the
Yeah.
first time that I really had a blank canvas to design on. I really don't use that expression, because we don't have a blank canvas. It's nature
Hmm.
when you're out there in real life. And here we had to design 2 things. We had to design the hole and the outskirts. So when we were there, we're like, hey, let's put this hole in Machu Picchu. Let's put this hole in the Highlands of Scotland. Let's put this one in the dunes of links courses on the west coast of Scotland. Let's put this one in the lava. So it was let's float this one, the spear. Let's float it on the Hudson River.
Yeah.
So there we can get creative, and also show the different scenarios, where each hole could fit.
Yeah. Um, what I've been curious, like, what was it like for you designing, as far as the greens were the same shape every time. Now you could pick the angle and the hole placement, but the
Yes.
greens had to be the same. Was that a challenge, or does that make it a little easier?
That no, that it's always a challenge. Obviously, you want the most, you know uh, uh, liberty that you can have with your pencil,
Hmm.
but like any other design, if the real challenge comes with the restrictions, if not, then again, not that it's easy, but it's easier. So when we
Mm,
have a fixed situation like that green, why did we, the green is fixed? We can rotate the turntable. We can
Hmm.
rotate the tongue, or the approach angle of it, so we can put it backwards and just create kind of like an island green. We can rotate to accept draws, fades. To be honest, I think that was enough to get us very creative on the holes. Now we could either design from the green back, which we did in some holes, or we could design from the tees towards the green, and then
Hmm.
we accommodate the green depending on what was the best angle or challenge to the player. So it is, it's a challenge, but once you have it, once you accept it, caress it, and do the mental gymnastics with it, then you can start getting creative.
Yeah, that's cool. Um, some of our favorite holes, Zach, he wrote down his is Sterling. He loves Sterling. I think a,
Love
a
it.
hole that would translate well in real life is on the rocks. I feel like that par three would be great in real life.
Well, hopefully the only thing is you have to get to the green.
That's
So
true.
that's the tricky part, and part of the essentials where we're designing here in this hybrid golf course, because one of the things that we don't have to worry about
No
is
cart path.
how do you get there.
Yeah.
A great example is the great hole of Bo Wellington, called the cliffhanger. It's,
Hmm.
you have that area that you can go on risk and reward, and you don't see a bridge crossing there, and
right.
that's the beauty. So it's the same on the rocks. I love it, and I love on the rocks, because number one, you have the turntable right there on a
Hmm.
rock, obviously, and
Yep.
then you have these peninsulas that open up to right or left, towards the right or towards the left, and each peninsula, starting in the center, it's a 130 something yard hole, which is
Hmm.
for the top players. Having a half shot is a little bit tough, but from there it opens all the way to plus 200 on each side, and you can start having those stations. So instead of having different tees for different este, talents of players, you have all these tees that are set for these top players. It just depends on what do you want to do? Do you want to enter on the right hand side and ask for a draw, or on the left hand side ask for a fade? And it really gives you a lot of options. On the rocks is one of my favorites as well. But Sterling is one that I love a lot,
It's so
just
cool.
because of the
So unique.
humor.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. And we wanted to, if you see some of our designs, I like to have humor in them. I like to, Sterling is straight bunker, straight down the middle. For me, I would aim straight to that bunker, and I know I'm gonna miss it, and I'm gonna be just perfect on the right or on the left somewhere.
Uh-huh.
Now, for these guys, they're going to have to start on the right and cross it towards the left, finish left somewhere, and
Hmm.
vice versa. So hopefully it'll bring some joy to TV viewers and some fun to the top players.
Well, I'm excited to watch it tonight, especially we'll have Tiger and Rory battling on the spear. And so I'm excited to see that. At these last like few minutes before we hop off and we all jump on and watch, I want the people listening to kind of, as we talked about the butterfly golf earlier, um, has there been pushback from a lot of traditionalists in the golf world about what you're doing? Like, no, golf has to be 18 holes. Have you got any pushback from that, or has most of the
There,
feedback been great?
there's most of the feedback is great.
Hmm.
Uh, because of what we've been doing, we've been creating distinct places, distinct experiences since 2012 when we did the Hacienda. It's a 6-hole combination.
Hmm.
That's when we started. We started to get recognition in 2014 and real recognition in 2019, 2020, and until today. So it hasn't been an overnight process. We've been getting pushback since 2012 with our, hey, why don't we do this, why don't we do that? The first time, one of the thresholds that we passed, one was that 6-hole loop. The other one was when we created Wellness Golf. Take
Hmm.
your shoes off, connect with nature, forget about the scorecard. There's no scorecard. That was in 2017. And that's in Chablais Resort, one of the best spa resorts in the world, in the Yucatan Peninsula, near Cancun. And that was one of the times where the client wants to do an 18-hole golf course, and we're like, wait a minute, why don't we create something unique for Chablais, which
Hmm.
has this, people come here for the spa, they're coming in from around the world, they're enjoying the Mayan culture, they're enjoying this. Why don't we create this unique atmosphere and call it wellness golf and connect with nature? Let's go back to the roots of golf, where all the rules were not necessarily established. You had a green over there, you have a tee over here, you found a club and you found the ball. What are you
Yeah,
going to do with it?
that's cool.
So that we went back to that, and the client was all over it. Of course, it was going to be a cheaper version, and that was part of it. That was part of it too.
Mhm.
It's like, I don't want we're going to have 4,000 rounds a year here. I don't want to inherit you this. I want to
Hmm.
protect our clients, and that's what we do. And it's like, hey, why don't we do this? And then years to come, we'll create some villas, and we can do the full 18 golf course. But for now, I think this is the best fit. Let's go ahead and do it. And they're like, I love it. Let's go. And we love that about our clients now. We're Casey and Zach. We were very lucky since we've been doing this for a few years now, or almost more than a decade. Um, we can't be crazy architects, out of the box thinker, without an out of the box client.
Hmm.
Mhm.
It doesn't go. So
Yeah.
yes, to your question, we have some pushback. Some clients don't buy it, and that's why we also do fantastic 18-hole championship golf courses. And that's
Mhm.
why we can remodel an 18-hole championship golf course. We can do that. I think we do very good, very well master plan communities and the regular stuff. But when you look at our portfolio and our range, I like to think of us as kind of like musicians that have different ranges. That's how I see ourselves, is that, hey, we have all this range, we're very versatile, we're not afraid to experiment, because if our client is experimenting with us, we feel more than safe that we're going to get a great atmosphere, great experience, and great project out there.
Well, it's TGL time. We don't want to hold you any longer. And
Let's
so we're
go.
excited to watch Tiger and Rory battle at it. If you're listening, go check out Augie on Instagram. That's where we follow and keep up with him. It's Piza, Piza Golf. And you can see all the stuff that they've been doing. And just go watch TGL. Like, go check out some of these holes we've been talking about. And we're more than grateful for you coming on again and spending some time with us.
It's been great, Casey. Thank you, Zach. I absolutely enjoyed this. I love the rhythm of it. It's we had kind of like a TGL rhythm to pace of play here in this.
I love
That's
it.
what we
I
like.
love it.
Shot clock's the best.
Shot clock, yeah.
And
Whether
so
we're
anyway,
playing good or bad, we're playing fast.
We're playing fast, and there you got it. It's been a pleasure, guys. Take a look at the spear. Fear the spear. It's going to be the first match singles on hole number 10. So that's going to be Rory against Tiger singles on the spear. Let's see what happens.
Can't wait. Hey, thanks for coming on. We'll see you next time.
You got it, guys. Thank you very much.
See you later.
See you, Augie. Thank you.
Cheers.
All right, everybody. That was Augie, and always a good guest. Love having him on.
You can tell he loves what he does.
Love it. And the passion between it, just love it. I'm glad that he's somebody we've had on twice now, kind of building that relationship with.
I'm doing work. I send these invites, and I'm building relationships.
He is he's so cool to have on. And so go check out all his stuff. Real quick before Zach and I hop off, there's a few things that happened in the golf world this week that we could talk about. We are in YouTube Golf, so we keep up with YouTube Golf. And the main thing that I kind of want to bring up and see your thoughts on, Michael Moore swapping from to two Titleist. Thoughts?
I can say I love Titleist getting involved. You know, we've always talked about them being like an old man's brand and avoiding it. I am so glad they did it. And I feel like Micah's not, I mean, we're on different levels, but
not too far from what we're trying to do.
Not too far, yeah.
And No Laying Up, they're Titleist group. And so if I could be in anything with No Laying Up, boy, I'd be ecstatic.
And Golficity.
That's true, Golficity. To my next question for you then with Micah, do you think Bad Birdie is gone next and FootJoy's coming in from my guy?
Absolutely.
You think so?
There's no world where you have access to the full Titleist catalog top to bottom and don't use it.
Yeah, because you got
unless depending on when he switched to Bad Birdie, the contract.
Oh yeah, because
I think by the beginning of 26, he's FootJoy head to toe, which would be the dream of any Titleist athlete.
It seems like most of these YouTube golfers that we watch, their deals are like 1-year deals, is what it seems to be. And
I think it's the same in the pros.
It's just year to year.
Yeah, it's year to year, and that's why at the beginning of the year, like Max Homa, you see them all taking jumps.
I think FootJoy has more reach and growth for you than a brand like Bad Birdie. If I'm Micah,
absolutely. I thought he disappeared on YouTube when he went to Bad Birdie.
Same. I hadn't seen stuff no more.
Cobra and Primo.
I knew stuff wasn't popping for my guy the minute I've seen his brother's TikToks more than I've seen his TikToks on my when I was swiping. But shout out Micah going to Titleist. That's a big deal.
I like it. I think it's a great move for him. Great for PR. But I don't know anything about Bad Birdie, but I know about FootJoy.
Yeah. I know I'm not trying to wear a hat that says bad across it.
Yeah.
I'm not in for it. So that's happening. And then takeaway real quick from the PGA show. The thing that I saw the most about for this PGA show on TikTok was that did you see the one-person golf cart? It was getting shared a lot.
Saw that. I don't think any courses around here will do it. I think it would be.
Oh yeah, especially not around here. It's going to be the
logistically. I don't think you can stock that many carts.
No, that's a lot. The guy that
I don't think they fit anywhere unless it's a huge resort somewhere.
The TikTok I watched, the guy was asking the the owner, he's like, "How does this help?" And he said, "Well, it takes it from a 4-hour round to down to like almost under 2 hours, I think." But I guess it's only like if you're going to golf as a single, because I mean, what's the point? What's the point of
I'm
having
trying
it
to be with my
anywhere?
boy.
Yeah, I know. I don't get it.
I feel like golf is one of those where, and maybe if you're really good and grinding, the single works.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're not good,
Mm-mm.
and I want to enjoy it.
I wonder if courses that are getting these, because he made the statement on that TikTok. He said, "Oh, we're selling a bunch of them. We've had 12 courses buy them." So I wonder if those courses are about to start offering up one person tee times then.
And it may be a thing where it's not so much for individual solo golfers as far as maybe limited golfers. Like, some courses are like walk only.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to cater to everyone, if you have someone with limited mobility like a Tiger Woods,
Oh, yeah, that's true.
you could say, "Hey, we do have this. It's $20 extra for you." Now they can get away with charging cart fees to each
Yeah.
person.
Now, I will say that time that we did the in Montgomery, the motorcycle
The
golf cart.
scooters.
Okay, listen, they were so much fun, but after the round ended, on the way home, I was like, "Bro, I didn't talk to my
Talk.
friends at all, except on the green and
Yeah.
the tee box." And normally, like, half of it is riding to the ball and be like, "Oh, your shot sucked," or "Your shot did this," and like,
Yeah. It opens up over there. You're fine.
yeah. And then, like, even when you're prepping to hit your shot, your boy's in the cart right beside you, like, "Oh, good shot," or "Do this." But if you're on the scooters, it's like it's fun riding to the ball,
It's
but
straight to your ball, and then you move on.
yeah, and
You
nobody's
make sure you're
watching you
not in
hit.
harm's way. Oh, he's way back there from that drive. Okay, I can go. And then you drive, you hit and drive.
So I don't really know if I'd wanna do a solo cart, especially, like, if me and you went to film, that'd be like, "Yo, well, this is our carts are gonna be beside each other the whole time anyway, so why even
Yeah.
do that?" So that was my big takeaway from the PGA show. There was a lot of cool stuff. FootJoy had a lot of cool clothes released and shoes that Golficity was sharing, um, and a lot of good, clubs.
I
That's
know we're
Tiger.
going next year.
Got
It's
to
a
get
free
there next.
event. Did you know
Yeah,
it's free?
you just gotta get down to it.
It was like
And
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
and there's so many people to meet down there.
Yeah.
Like, even
It's on the list next year.
one
I
guy
think
said
it's
he was
Thursday, Friday.
and just
Come
go.
back late Friday night.
One guy was saying, like, he was just walking around and he said, "Oh, and Bubby was just walking around with security and Bubby was just taking pictures with me." I was like, just to have that connection to, like, try to meet him.
Oh yeah, get them Ray-Ban glasses. Just leave them going the whole time.
Yeah. Uh, so anyways, that's what we with that take away if you haven't on our YouTube, we just dropped part 1 of our Breaking 50 with Scott and Maddox. We ended the front 9 10 under, which was insane. At that point in the match, me and Zach, through 9 holes, they've only used one of Zach's shots and one of my shots, and that was it. Through
That was
9
awful.
holes.
We are bad.
And so you have to check out the back 9. Hopefully, be ready this Friday to see how we finish the video. And then we'll have some more videos coming after that. We've actually got to get out there and film them. We haven't been able to film since this
Yeah,
video
the
back in
weather's
November.
awful.
Yeah, so we're trying to
Raining
figure out
every
that.
weekend.
We will be doing another Breaking 50 with our friend Logan in Atlanta, and then maybe February, March, Zach and I will be filming our first 1v1 of the year, and that series will be going throughout the whole year. So make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel to see that stuff. And we will end with a drop zone question right here. Let me see. I didn't add that. So here's our drop zone question. If you could add any unusual feature to a golf course, what would it be? I thought this was a great question since we just had Augie on and we're talking about creative courses. What do you got?
Drive through pro shop. Like for
Oh,
when you're headed to the back nine. Have you seen the video on TikTok where they drive through? It's lined with coolers and like a bar, like for food.
yeah.
So when you make the turn from 9 to 10, you have to pull through there. You can get drinks, use the bathroom, food.
That'd be cool. You'd
You'd have to invest money in the planning for it, but
yeah, I think it would speed up time between the front nine and the back nine too, because the time it takes to stop, get out of your cart, walk in, wait on a hot dog, and get back out. The group behind you's done caught you, and now they're on your tail compared to just
or
riding
they'll
through.
jump you. They'll jump
Yeah.
you now, so force them in front of 2, and you're like, we were playing fast.
But the cart just went through there, so it's kind of almost a mandatory stop for everybody.
I had to find the video and link it.
Give me, if we're talking unusual in the world of like crazy stuff like volcano on the courses, like August talking about, give me a hole where you go up the step, kind of like the top of hole 5 at Purcell. You hit your tee shot, but give me some kind of fast slide to get down to the green. Like I just want to slide down to the green.
What about your clubs?
They'd have to meet me down there somehow. I don't know.
We're assuming you're walking.
Or maybe you pull down to the green, ride an escalator up, and then you ride it back
like
down.
If you think like a ski lift.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
You know the distances already with slope.
Yeah.
You ride a ski lift up to the top, hit it, and then slide down.
That would be sick. Give me something crazy like that. I think that'd be a good attraction. Do you think any of his holes could be real life holes for real? The Spirit, I mean the Sterling obviously could.
I mean there's some. If
Pick Your Plunder would be a cool one. You wouldn't be able to have all the water because that'd be so hard to do unless you man-made ponds.
Cool. I don't know if it's his. So the only thing on here is like you can look at the holes and you have to. Oh, this one's Nicholas, the claw, but it's like this, and then you got at the very end of this side, I think, is the box. But I wish you could sort it by a designer.
When I looked, I went to his Instagram and it's got them all. TGL tagged him in it and stuff. So, but could you imagine the feeling of you design a golf hole and Tiger Woods is playing it?
Right, I'm telling you, I would be teary-eyed the whole time watching Tiger.
Just play your golf hole.
I'm sure I could tell when he's so passionate about it. When Tiger walked up and swung, he's like, he's thinking when he finally was like, as a kid, he's like, this is what I'm going to do for my life. And then you get there and Tiger swings on it, you're like, I did it.
Between that and you're also designing holes that are going to be holes with Jack Nicklaus designed holes too.
Yeah.
Crazy. It'd be sick if these holes ended up on like 2K or something that we could play them. That'd be so fun.
I mean, the new 2K. I know a guy who can design them and match them.
That's true. Need to get him to. I wonder if Zach Blair ever reached out to him. Did you ask him?
I mean, I told Brady about it, but I don't know if they ever linked up or nothing.
Yeah, that'd have been cool because he would have to come out on the property to see the hole. So
yeah, he would have to.
I imagine he would have to like take photos and fly a drone to remember the hole. So who has a drone? That'd be us. We have to
know a guy.
So anyways, that's episode 133. If this is your first time checking us out, listening to us, appreciate you coming on. Make sure you hit the follow button on Spotify or Apple Podcasts and subscribe on our YouTube channel. We have weekly podcasts with guests coming out all the time. And the next few weeks, we have some pretty good guests coming on. So
we're ramping up for 25.
Yep, getting it going. So make sure you check out all of our stuff, and we'll see y'all on the next one.
Peace.